And on behalf of the Young Israel of Lawrence-Cedarhurst, it is my pleasure to share with you today a brief thought on the holiday of Chanukah. So perhaps one of the more elusive and intriguing questions regarding the holiday of Chanukah is the fact that despite it being a significant moment in the Jewish calendar, we find little to no mention of either the holiday, the miracle, or the mitzvahs attendant to Chanukah in the Mishnah. And unlike other rabbinic institutions like Purim and fast days, which get full Masechtas, there is, like I said, scant reference to Chanukah at all in the Mishnah, and the question is, why is this the case? So a number of answers have been proposed, and I'd like to share some of those with you today. The first answer, and perhaps the most famous one, it's said over in the name of the Chassam Sofer, is that Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, the compiler and editor of the Mishnah, was a descendant of David HaMelech, and he was upset by the fact that the Hashmonayim, upon their victory over the Greeks, not only kept the priesthood, but also usurped the kingship of Klal Yisrael, combining the two. And therefore, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi felt no need to mention their victory in the Mishnah. Others suggest that the mitzvah of Chanukah was well known, and therefore, similar to the mitzvahs of Tefillin and Mezuzah, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi had no reason to mention them in the Mishnayos because it was well known, and the Mishnah was not meant for those well-known mitzvahs. Others suggest that Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, for political expediency, decided to keep out a mention of the victory over the Greeks because he felt that the Romans would take umbrage to the idea of including a holiday that was about Jewish independence and national dynasty, and therefore Rabbi Yehuda Nasi left that out as well. Others suggest that in fact the holiday of Chanukah was written down, but it was not written down in the Mishnah, but rather in Megillas Tanis, a late Second Temple compendium of minor holidays during the Hashmonayim period that were celebrated. And therefore, and we have Megillas Tanis, and we can see references to Chanukah there, and in fact the Gemara quotes those brisos found in Megillas Tanis, so therefore it could be that Rabbi Yehuda Nasi felt he did not need to rewrite the holiday of Chanukah, since it was already well known and written down as well. Finally, I would like to share with you the thought of the Kuznetzer Maggid. He says that if we think about the mitzvah of Chanukah, of lighting the candle outside, the light pierces through the darkness, spreading the light of Torah into the outside world. However, the Mishnah, which is the private text of Klal Yisrael, unlike Torah Shebaal Peh, which is known to the world, the Torah Shebiksav, the inner core, the Mishnah, is what sets us apart from the rest of the nations. It's our special text between us and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And therefore, it would contradict the idea of the Mishnah being an inward-looking book to include the mitzvah of Chanukah, which is meant to spread the light of Torah to the nations. And therefore, Rabbi Yehuda Nasi decided to leave out most mentions of Chanukah from the Mishnah. I hope you found this thought-provoking, and have a freilich